day today. I'm not going to the gym and it's kind of shitty out. Just wrapped up a walk outside and I wanted to go back out, but I'm not going to because it's kind of gross. So snow all over the ground. It's just not ideal to do stuff outside. So I wanted to just take advantage of like some space I have, show like a upper body banded mobility routine. I hit pull yesterday, so I know that I have some tight areas in the back of my upper body, shoulders, elbows. There's injuries that happen in those areas, and just over the years I found like some exercises that actually help, especially with a band. It's a very low risk kind of tool to help improve the areas around it. Routine to keep your shoulders fresh and your upper body healthy. Well, things that helped me with injuries in the past, and also at the end I'll go through like cardio and stuff. Do like indoor cardio on like a treadmill, because I view it a little bit differently with treadmills, but I want to touch up on that as well. So here I got a band anchored to anything stable enough to hold the band and your body weight, and I'm just holding the band to do external rotations. So like I'm opening up my shoulder cavity. I feel like with so much pushing, it just gets to a point where I feel like my shoulder gets so stiff and just inflamed after a push day that I'd rather do stuff like this to like work the areas around it instead of just pushing weight mindlessly until my shoulder falls off. So it's like injury prehab, like rehab type stuff that I think should be addressed, and it's probably helped me stay healthy and, you know, keep pushing PRs and hitting big weight. So I'm literally going until I can't pull the band anymore. So I really stress that full failure at the rotator cuff band. It's just a safe way to exhaust that rotator cuff. And there's like two ways of doing external rotation. I've seen external rotations close to the hip, where you keep the elbow like at the hip closely, not letting it drag out, but also you can work on like more total shoulder mobility by keeping it away from the hip. So there's just like two ways of trying to open up the shoulder, and I think I've always gone with the closer to the hip, elbow closer to the hip version rather than keeping it. But this is not exactly cheating either. It's still doing the job, and you get more total movement of the shoulder. So I'm happy with either. Just want to get a couple sets of burnout. Another favorite that I like to protect my elbows and like really strengthen the area in the back of the traps here in the middle, the T-spine it's called, is really trying to make the image in my head that I'm squeezing a pen in between my shoulder blades. Similar deal here, we'll like go into an external rotation pattern, and I'm squeezing back here, squeezing those two shoulder blades together so that those two rhomboids are doing the work. And these are tiny muscles in the back that are often neglected, that save you from injury, but a great influencer that I followed all throughout my journey into becoming interested in fitness is Jeff Cavalier from AthleanX, who explained that those type of physical therapy type movements where you're really trying to emphasize like a injury prevention type of exercise with a band like that, with a pull apart, the rep matters more than how many you get in the set, meaning every individual rep is its own set, or should be treated as its own set. So you want quality over quantity is what he's trying to say, and I guess that's why I'm slowing down the reps and making sure I'm full intention squeezing those areas in the back, so I ensure the rhomboids are moving the band, not just my arms, because you can strengthen your arms, but the back is a lot stronger than your arms. So addressing those tiny areas that I'm not able to in the gym, it's kind of a game changer for me in terms of keeping those small areas at work and conditioned. Another one was band pull aparts with like overhand grip, where you're like extended out and you're keeping the arm straight and pulling to the middle section there. Keep it tight. And the same, so that you feel like there's a marker in between your shoulder blades and you're just squeezing those blades together to crush the marker. Just like my personal addressing of just like tight areas, and it's like tight lats for me. That's what does it. I feel like this is also something that's beneficial for my lower body, for when I'm, for example, doing like a front squat, because in 2 days I'm going to be front squatting with a barbell, and for that is upper body strength to even hold that barbell. So like I don't want my lats to be tight while I'm holding that thing up into my chest above my body. It's supported by the lats. So I've had like issues with tightness in the lats before. So what I'm doing is really stretching the lat basically with this band. So bringing the band out, keeping my chest high, and I'm just trying to touch what's next to me. And for me, it's the wall, so I'm trying to touch the wall and reach. Just a little bit of a stretch. And you're keeping the chest high. And it's when I'm twisting is when the real stretch happens, because you could be stretched out here, but you get a full stretch if you're reaching through and you're twisting that lat, making it extend a little bit. And I love the band option here. I feel like it's just supporting my weight, and I'm able to just really, it'll help me move back into a safe position. So I notice this one's tighter than the other. Fuck. Shit was supposed to. I guess I gotta just like hold the knot or some shit. It actually just broke into a half. Whatever. Still able to get this done. Also popping that chest up. Sure the lat gets the full stretch. See, the lat is fully stretched. Exercise that like I love on my benching days. If I get a chance with a band to have one, I'll do it with a band, without, and it's basically this like reversed throwing motion. I feel like this gives me like a ton of ability to just move my shoulder, and it may not directly be strengthening so much, maybe a little bit in the back of the upper body, but you get a ton of just ability to move your shoulder joint pain-free. Pain-free is the key. Isolating one side and just opening up one side of the shoulder, or even elbow. If you have elbow pain too, it's the same thing. It all stems from the back. A lot of the weaknesses and pain just comes from weakness in the back. It's good stuff. Avoid injuries, avoid pain, get ready for the next lifting session. Lifting session tomorrow, 2 days. And just prepping with that kind of off day stuff to get out, and if I wanted to walk a little bit more, it's freezing out or just snow on the ground. So also sprinting is a huge cardio, like at max effort sprints in short distance. Zone 2 cardio is like a huge trend now. I think people like Dr. Peter Attia talk about it a lot in terms of like what actually increases your VO2 max, and it's staying in cardio states that you can maintain a conversation in. So it's like low impact stuff, maintain a conversation, low stress, because the stress I induce in my body comes from lifting. So heavy lifts is a good form of stress for my body. The sprinting is also like low stress but short duration intensity. So I think that thing with the intensity applies to cardio as well. That actually hits the area you're trying to target. It's the heart. So increasing it to the max with extreme things on one end of the spectrum, like sprinting, and then you have on the other end of the spectrum, which is walking, very low stress thing. So on like the theme of like mobility and like maybe pairing it with like something on my cardio day. I love walking, but also if it's freezing out, like I've been trying to experiment with like this treadmill stuff, and I think people that I follow, like Knees Over Toes guy, Ben Patrick, is a huge fan of utilizing treadmills for knee over toe mobility. And that starts with being able to walk backward, but not just walking backward on a treadmill with speed applied. It's possible to create your own force and your own momentum with the treadmill, with it just being turned off. So here I'm just getting reverse steps. I'm a fan of this type of walking, improve my lower half mobility. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 thing. If I want to get steps in and I want to increase knee over toe ability, this is a great pairing of that, especially if I want to try and get a step goal. Pushing through the heel at the end of each step, and I'm pretty much doing each step deliberately and slowly. And yeah, this is not too much effort applied. I'm able to maintain a conversation, and I'm getting that lower mobility, lower half mobility that is low impact. So it's the best of both worlds. If you want to train to get bigger and minimize fat gain and lose fat, steps is a great thing to do. But for us trying to stay pain-free, and I'm just trying to combine it all together. So put in 10-15 minutes of this, and I probably knock out thousands of steps. Doing that to improve my rest day routine. That's about it. Probably hit a meal after this. See ya in the kitchen.